So I think Devin mentioned this before a couple days ago, a couple videos ago, that we were using the unofficial guide. We've used these before and they do work pretty well. But they also have an app for each one. It's like Touring Plans is the name of that app. And we're going to try using it today. Today's our last full day in the parks. So we're going to probably start with Universal, just like the main one. But it's cool because on the app you can make your own plans. You can like personalize them. But then they also have the plans that are in the back of the book. These ones that are in the back of the book. As well as like other ones from their website that are just pre-made. And you can kind of pick which one you want to use. So I just picked the 1 day plan without early admission. And it tells you like all the rides to do and what order to do them in, which is pretty cool. And you can select it and it just makes it easier.
So we've used the unofficial guide for many trips, and it's always been really successful.
Universal and Disney and all of that, and it usually is pretty successful. So
we're big fans of unofficial.
The app does cost money. You do have to have an account to like access the plans and stuff like that. But usually if you go to the website and you already have the book, you can get like a little discount code to make it cheaper. And asks you like what's the first word of part 4 or something like that to kind of verify. And you can get a discount on it. And the subscription lasts for a year, so if you're like a local or if you're planning like a bigger vacation, it's kind of cool. I did it and it was only for our 4 days and I still wanted to do it. So we're gonna walk down and snag a boat. It's almost 8 o'clock, so
let's go to Universal.
Yay, last day. I'm tired. It all catches up to you on the last day, huh?
Lauren, we should probably take another vacation from our vacation.
Yeah, I know, right?
Maybe a cruise.
It's a good thing we have a cruise starting tomorrow. My goodness. So, like I said just then, we are using the unofficial guide touring plan to tackle Universal Studios Orlando today. And as you'll see in the video, it does work pretty well. I will say, I think other things that help are arriving early to the park so that you can be, some of the first guests to get in the park, because that really helps you tackle like a bunch of rides. We're able to hit so many rides first thing in the morning, within that like first hour that the park's open, because the crowd levels are still relatively low. So I definitely recommend getting to the park early to like help benefit your touring of the theme park. So again, we were kind of front of a line at Universal Studios, which is really cool. We had to go through the like opening ceremony thing that they do with the first family, and then the rope drop. Which they do kind of a little bit further into the theme park, just like Disneyland, Disney's California Adventures, and the mini parks in Disney World do that kind of rope drop sort of thing. It's the same sort of experience. I will say the times that we were at Universal for the rope drop, they did it pretty quickly. Like we still they like dropped the rope maybe 5 minutes before the park opened. Our first ride of the morning was Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, which we hadn't ridden yet this trip. This is the same exact ride that's in Hollywood, but it's super cute. You get turned into a minion. It's adorable. Then we went and rode Transformers again. Again, Optimus Prime was out there. There's definitely lots of photo opportunities with Transformers, which I think is really cool and kind of funny. We actually saw a surprising number of characters during this trip than we did on our previous trip, and it might just be the time of year. They kind of, like Disney, they use characters to sort of draw some crowds away and to give people other things to do so that lines maybe, don't stay as crazy. But and again, we were able to just like walk right on through Transformers, which is kind of nice because you're not hearing it now, but the queue is pretty loud. You have like those little lights going off. you have all these screens with like people talking about, how there's these transformer emergencies and stuff like that happening. But it's kind of a quite loud queue. Next, we went and rode Revenge of the Mummy again. We did have to get lockers first for this one. Devin's complaining about how bright it is. And then we headed over to Jimmy Fallon. Devin's going to talk about this here in a second, but that big group of people in yellow shirts and orange backpacks is all one group of people. I don't know if there's some sort of tour group. I don't know if they're family, friends, if it's like a school or something like that. They did kind of look like maybe a high school group, but I don't really know. But we rode Jimmy Fallon Race Through New York, and here's Devin to talk about how many kid groups we were seeing while we were there.
Okay, so quick update. Just got off of Jimmy Fallon. There are so many school groups here this week. And there was a group that jumped in. They got to Jimmy Fallon like just in front of us. And it was like over 50 people. They were all together.
Yeah.
It was wild.
It was wild. So far, though, it's 10 o'clock, so we've been here for an hour. We've done 4 rides.
Yeah, we've done over half of everything we wanted to do, I think, at this point, right?
Yeah, so that Lines app thing definitely works. It's helping, What you think?
Yeah, I think so.
We're on our way to Men in Black. That part of the park just opened at 10 a.m. So it's like the complete opposite side of where we are, though. So we kind of have to walk it.
Okay, so you got to walk past
everything.
There's Fast and Furious Supercharged, and then Diagon Alley,
and then we look around.
All that. So, see you there.
On our walk to the Men in Black area, we did pass that marching band, that high school marching band, which you just saw. Not really sure why. I didn't really do any research to understand why there was a marching band there, but it was kind of cool. My mom's a big fan of marching bands, so it made me think of her. And then we did ride Men in Black. We didn't get any footage of it, but then we jumped down to the Simpsons ride. It was part of the touring plan. It is like a long queue. Like, no matter what, I feel like it still takes at least 20-25 minutes to get through that queue. This is probably the longest that we waited for any ride today. I don't know what it is about The Simpsons. It must just be the fact that you have to watch all these pre-shows and they can only fit so many people at a time. On our way to E.T., we saw Doc Brown, which is really cool as a character, just kind of hanging out with that lady on that park bench. And then we went over and rode E.T., which is like one of our favorite rides. It's just so stinking cute. Like, I would ride it 1,000,000 times. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And we walked by the new DreamWorks area that still wasn't open yet. I'm down.
I've done it a couple of other times.
Yeah. Doesn't hurt to have it.
Lauren's in this shot somewhere.
Hey.
Oh, nope, it got even darker.
With my teeth.
I love this set so much.
Me too.
Oh, there's Lauren. Out of the shadows.
Spooky.
So Lauren had a really good idea to shake it up a bit and try the Bumblebee Man taco truck. I think you can see it behind me there. So we got steak and chicken tacos. They look really good. Excited to try them. So we're at the Horror Makeup Show. And this is the staging area. And they have a whole bunch of really cool props and recreations from classic horror movies. There's Lauren. It's one of my favorite spots at Universal Orlando because of its connection to the movies.
Those tacos from Bumblebee, Man Taco Truck were really good. They were delicious. So highly recommend those. They are on the small side. So, I guess depending on your appetite, I'm not sure if it would fill everybody up, but they were really tasty. And then we did get some froyo. That definitely helps with it. And then, like you're seeing now, we went to the horror makeup show. I agree with Devin. I think this little entrance area where you're seeing like all of these makeup effects and stuff like that throughout the years is really interesting and kind of cool to see like the history of the horror movie genre that Universal kind of piloted, and see like the different prosthetics and makeup and things that they use, the practical effects. I always think those are so cool to see. They do also, I don't think Devin got a clip of it, they have some things from Halloween Horror Nights, which is also just kind of cool to see, because I probably will never go to Halloween Horror Nights because I'm a big scaredy cat. But definitely cool to see all this stuff at the makeup show. After the makeup show, we did get another little snack, which I don't think you're going to see. Gosh, I just love hot pretzels. They're so tasty. And we passed the entire mystery gang, like the entire Scooby-Doo and company, which is so cool. I definitely would have stopped for a photo, but the line was pretty long, and honestly, it was the hottest part of the day. I didn't want to stand in a line. We did end our day in the theme parks here. We went back to the hotels to shower and kind of relax and change before we headed back out onto CityWalk to grab dinner at the most delicious Mexican food place ever. And that's what you're going to see here to end the video.
So we are at dinner. So we're at the Mexican place. I'm going to butcher the name. It's Antojitos? Yeah. So we got chips, salsa, some bean dip, waiting on dinner. Saw some really weird babies outside the bathroom. I got it on video, don't worry about it. All right, so we're back. So we got dinner. So Lauren got some beef tacos with a pineapple chutney on them. Or sorry, pork tacos with a pineapple chutney on them. It looks really good. And she's got some beans and some salsa verde. Love it. I'll eat that. I got some black beans and a chicken burrito. Oh, it's the best day ever.
Bon appetit.